sure this isn't a product. I think he was trying to get the pit road because he was one of the cars that needed the pit.
Got punted by Jimmie coming in.
And it sounds like he may have gotten turned by his teammate.
But I definitely think Casey Mears was trying to get to pit road in this 25 car.
That's what the spotter indicated, Larry.
Yeah. Let's see, he's right here he is.
Right in the front of the pack.
But you know, Larry, yeah, I mean, he's up a little high. Man, that's a hard lick.
Hit.
But he was up a little bit too high there trying to get, you know, he should have been a little lower maybe. I don't know.
Let's watch from Jimmie Johnson's on board.
See, right here he moves, coming through the corner, he moves out a little bit.
My question would be, did he give a good solid hand signal, especially going out in the back straightaway to let those guys know, hey, I'm going to pit road?
Hey, that's a Hendrick car. He got run over by his Hendrick.
Unbelievable, man. They just took us out of the freaking points.
Yes.
Unreal.
Mears came in here 36th in points, and he was poised to gain 9 spots in the Nextel Cup standings, which meant he would be exempt from having to qualify his way into the field next week at Richmond.
I can't imagine why that their teammates, they wouldn't know each other when you're coming to pit road.
Need to update Dale Earnhardt Jr. because of the size of this racetrack. He was able to make that green flag stop, and I think it was a great call. He went with 2 tires because he stayed on the lead lap. When this is all over with and these cycle of pit stops, he'll be leading this race.
Boy, there's good news. Casey Mears walked away.
Yeah, because that thing went hard into that inside retaining wall.
And under caution, most all of the lead lap cars come to pit road.
Someone may have a penalty because of a tire rolling across pit road. What NASCAR will determine, did it get knocked out there or did it roll out there?
Notice that no one's running out there to get it.
Not claiming it, huh?
Nah, that's not my tire.
Nice pickup for Tony Stewart, 6 spots. NASCAR requires each team to letter their car number on each wheel. They'll find out where it came from.
You know what? I'm not so sure that wasn't started. Oh, is that Dale?
Jeff Burton, 31 car. Kyle Busch, another wreck today, just like yesterday.
And a very hard hit.
That is, there's a window net coming down.
Boy, it's good to be 21, Darrell.
Nemechek's car crashed.
Kyle's going to drive it back.
He's going to try to.
I don't think it's going to go anywhere but in a circle, and if he's not careful, it's going to cook that engine because you know the radiator, you can see the water running out from under it.
I tell you, we got to take a look at this, but I believe the 48 car was involved in this little skirmish.
Somebody tipped Ricky Rudd into the wall. Let's see who.
I think just watch this down the back.
Rudd is behind Tony Stewart on the outside.
Yeah, they're right. They're right here. Here's the 48 car right here.
But the 96, Tony Raines, looks like he got up into Jimmie Johnson, the 48, initially off turn 2, I believe, Darrell.
I believe you're right, Larry. I saw the 48 move. Gosh, that's a hard lick by those 2 cars. Good thing the safer barrier is there again.
Let's look from the rear bumper of Kevin Harvick's Pennzoil Chevy.
Oh. Man, look at Nemechek's car go airborne. And then Kyle Busch's car goes airborne when it hits the rear wheels come off the ground.
You're riding with Jeff Burton.
Oh, man. Oh, gosh.
That was when the 5 car.
Listen, y'all, I know you don't know what that feels like. Unless you've been in one of these crashes, you can't imagine how that hurts.
The good news, Darrell, everybody is either driving back like Jeff Burton or has climbed from their cars okay.
Mike, it's like Muhammad Ali would walk up to you and just hit you as hard as he could right in the gut.
All right, Matt, how about Jimmie Johnson's car? He was right in the midst of the start of that.
Jimmie says the steering wheel is straight, so that's good news that the toe is not knocked out. But he says he's got a tire rub predominantly in the right rear area. That's what they're going to try to work on this stop, Mike.
Let's show you the aerial view and see if the 96 of Tony Raines, which is way on the left of your screen here, tips into Jimmie Johnson to trigger this.
Oh, it sure looks like it. I don't know if there was contact between the 96 and the 48, but there definitely was movement enough to push him over into Ricky Rudd in the 88.
And just a chain reaction behind him with all these other cars.
Look at those two cars, the 31 and the 5 come together, collide. That's definitely what happened, Larry. The 96 scooted up the hill just enough to get into the left front of Jimmie Johnson, and there was Ricky Rudd, forced him into the wall.
Now watch the 13 come across.
Bam.
He got turned around by his teammate Sterling Marlin trying to slow down.
Look at that 5 car. It was flying backwards.
There is contact, we're told.
That's all it takes is just that little nudge. You can run this close together all day long until somebody does something like that, and then it's gonna affect a lot of guys.
Boy, those two cars scrubbed off no speed whatsoever on the way to the inside wall.
There have been a lot of racetracks where the safer barrier has not been installed, or at least in the past, on the inside walls. Man, thank God for there, and again off of turn 4 earlier.
And a good thing, the asphalt there. That kept those cars at least on the ground.
All right, let's join Krista with Casey Mears.
A lot of contact between teammates today. The victim of that first incident, the 25 of Casey Mears. Casey, we were in your pit. We heard your communication. What were your thoughts? What was supposed to happen on that pit stop?
I don't know. I thought we were all in pretty good communication that we were all going to come in that time. That's what I was told anyway, that we were all going to come in that lap. And I was waving off down the back stretch, and I thought it was very clear that I was coming in. But, I mean, I know Jimmie wouldn't mean to do something like that. I mean, we're best friends, you know, but the bad part about it is we were 35th going into this race, and now it looks like we're probably going to have to be qualifying in the show like the rest of these guys going into Richmond. And I just can't believe it went down like that, you know. It's too bad for the National Guard, too, and GMAC. We had such a good race car. I mean, we were just riding, a lot of really good teamwork actually leading up to that point. And I just feel bad for everybody at Hendrick Motorsports. There's a lot of guys that put a lot of time and effort in this car, and we had a real good race car today. We just, I don't even know why we're here. I really don't have much else to say.
A very frustrated Casey Mears. He was running top 5, contending for the win. His day is done.
I just think it's incredible. He's got a torn up car. He could have been hurt. What's he worried about?
Points.
Points in the top 35.
Well, Krista, let him know that he is still in the top 35 and has to watch out for Scott Riggs, who I don't believe can gain enough to knock Mears out of the top 35. Now, here's what we call the danger zone with accompanying music, because if you're in the top 35 going to the next race, you are automatically in the race and qualifying just for grid and pit position. From 36 on down, you have to time trial to try to get in the race, and there are always more cars than there are available positions. This week, 9 of them went home.
The only one I think that Casey Mears has to worry about right now is maybe Scott Riggs in that 10 car, should he have a good solid day.
You're watching NASCAR on Fox, presented by Domino's Pizza.